fandom? Well, fandom to me is a group of people who have a similar liking in one thing, whether that's a book or a movie or anime or anything like that, and they come together and they share their interests and their likes and they create things, and it's just awesome.
Definition of a fandom would be a community of fans where they can fan about or nerd out about the things they love together.
Okay, so a fandom is a group of fans, okay, that sounds kind of obvious, but that get together, and it can be, let's say, a group of people really like Stephen King books. They could have a Stephen King fan club and they could read the books together, or it can be one of the more extreme situations like the bronies, the guys, the adult men who like My Little Pony, and they go and have conventions and dress up as ponies and buy pony toys. Like, I mean, it's just a group of people who collectively like this feeling.
Social media is media that is social.
For social media, I would say that it's something where people communicate over electronics.
Media you can interact with.
Social media is a place for people to communicate and talk and over the web and like Twitter.
Media every day. I mostly use Tumblr and Facebook, and I use Tumblr for like social justice issues and humor, and I use Facebook to keep up with friends and family.
So I have a Tumblr and I use that to find art and like funny stuff. I wouldn't personally consider it a social media because I don't really talk to other people across it, but I can see where you could, but it's something I guess I could not do. And then Pinterest is another one I use a lot, and that one I also would not, well, something would consider social media because I've like some pins with things, but yeah, also some things looking at art and like clothes and stuff like that.
Okay, I have a Facebook account. I don't go on there often. I go on there to check updates for my work. And I go on there for work because I do the football radio page sometimes when there's football. I go on there to make sure there aren't any embarrassing pictures of me. So I check maybe once a week. I go on my Tumblr every night. I have my own blog. I spend quite a bit of time on there. I have a Twitter, but I don't use it often.
Facebook is a social media site for you to connect with friends, do random stuff, put stuff about your life. I don't know. You eating a hamburger. Take a picture of the hamburger for God's sake. People do that all the time. There's also Tumblr, which is a great one. It connects to fandoms, does random crap, I don't know.
I use Instagram and Pinterest every 40 minutes and 12 seconds. And then I use Twitter and Snapchat about once a day. And I use it to talk to my friends and to stalk people and not really learn stuff, but yeah.
Okay, well, I really enjoy American Horror Story, Orange is the New Black, and Parks and Rec, and especially on Tumblr, I'm able to like search those things and find other people who really enjoy it, and like be able to share like highlights of the show or our favorite characters and OTPs and stuff like that. And there's even like fan fiction and everything, and it's just really awesome. And so I think it connects people. It's like somebody who's from across the country, and you can talk about how much you like this thing.
Okay, so for Tumblr, I look at things, like I'll search my fandoms, like Sherlock or whatever, and then I look at stuff that I find funny or interesting or sad, because most of it's sad, and then I'll reblog that and I can like share it with my friends, I guess, that way. And then same thing for Pinterest, find like different pictures and quotes and stuff from my fandoms, and it makes me more excited, I guess, to be in a fandom.
Okay, so I'm not sure if it's a social media site, but I have a fan fiction account on Archive of Our Own, and I post fan fiction for my fandoms, which are, well, mostly Welcome to Night Vale and Sherlock, and I have my fan fiction, which is pretty great. Also, on my Tumblr, I blog a lot about Hannibal and Welcome to Night Vale, and I post my own fan art because I'm totally cool. And on Twitter, I don't ever post, but sometimes I will stalk the celebrities that are in my fandoms because, you know, the celebrities. So, yeah, that's really it.
Tumblr is a social media site that connects fandoms, different types of fandoms, anything really. Let's take one. It's a British. Yeah, it's British. It's Doctor Who. It's basically a TARDIS. You get in it, person, teleport around.
On Instagram, I follow Timey-Wimey Cumberbatch Buddies, and Timey-Wimey is a quote from Doctor Who, and Cumberbatch Buddies is what Sherlockians call themselves. They post their John Locke stories, which is shipping of John Sherlock. On Pinterest, I follow Sherlock boards and Doctor Who boards, and that's about it.
I have no idea what a fandom is.
Media.
Social media is the mass way we keep in touch with each other these days. Facebook, Twitter, things like that.
It's an avenue such as Twitter, Facebook, something like that that is over the internet socially.
So this is an example of Tumblr, one of the social media websites that have been mentioned. At the top, there are blogs that are dedicated specifically to a certain fandom, and this is an example of the Sherlock fandom, where there's different things from the major stars and outfits to different fan fictions or canons that are happening. And you can kind of see what else has been going on in the fandom and get up to date on what's happening and what other people think about the show that just aired, or when a show isn't airing, what's happening. Example of a social media, and this is Pinterest, where there's mostly different pictures and GIFs that are being used. In this section, it's specifically dedicated to the geeks. It is even labeled geeks, or how we define ourselves by what we're interested into. And there's different examples of each fandom. You have the Star Wars fandom and the R2-D2, and then you have the TARDIS from the Doctor Who, and even the old Star Trek uniform. So there's different up-to-date stuff and different news that's been happening in each fandom and different things that are happening. Profile of what a Pinterest looks like. What you do is you pin the things you like to certain boards, like you might pin your food or to your movies and TVs. And you can categorize into specific things, as in Doctor Who, your quotes, and celebrities that you're interested in at the time. And other people can view your boards and follow you into what you're looking at that day. Perfect.
Well, like, instead of meeting up somewhere, like Skyping or FaceTiming or texting is like the equivalent to hanging out nowadays. We still get like conversation and tell each other like news and stuff, but we just don't see each other, which like being in person is probably a lot more closer than just texting. Texting is just words, and like being in real life is like physical contact. So
I agree, and now I don't get I can see her virtually and not in real life anymore. Because I only see her like 2 hours a day now because.
Yeah, and we can like Snapchat each other and take videos of our cats, and like it's
videos
cool.
of our cats and share them to each other. So that's how modern day works. Modern day teens sending pictures of each other's cats.
And dogs. Please send me pictures of your dogs.
Dragon wanna retire, man, I'm too hot. Say my name, you Girls hit you hallelujah. Girls hit you hallelujah. Girls hit you hallelujah. 'Cause Uptown Funk don't